The broadcast is live. Okay.
Hey y'all, please excuse us. It is not their fault, it's mine. Please excuse them. Please excuse us. Y'all, we be right back. Y'all know how it go. Be right back, children of God.
Listen, everyone, before the show gets started, I want to first let you know that you can always support the show via Cash App, Zelle, PayPal. All financial contributions are greatly appreciated, and we really do thank you for that. And let's enjoy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope all is well with you. Listen, make sure you hit that notification thing down there. And also hit that bell, okay? Hit that bell so that you're never left out, you're never confused, you're never wondering as to what I posted, was I on, or are you guys lost, or what is King really doing? Okay? Just make sure I hit that notification. And make sure you subscribe. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Hey.
Hello. Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so let me just ask the Saints to please forgive me. I had set everything up. Baby, I went in that room. Chase, I went there laid down. I'm just gonna close my eyes and that's gonna be it. Oh honey, I closed my eyes and next thing I'm getting a phone call. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh shoot.
It happens.
So y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please, please,
All is well.
please, please forgive me. Y'all, it's been a long week, and please, thanks, ain'ts and friends. Please forgive me. I am so sorry. Listen, we're gonna go on with the show. It seemed to be like it was 200 of y'all waiting up there in the comments, in the chats, and carrying on. Ain't nobody trying to come around here and say nothing. Stop. Okay. All right, y'all. Listen, let's go ahead and go on with the show. I am somewhat embarrassed.
You know, the best sleep you'll ever get is the sleep you're not supposed to have.
There's an echo.
A really bad one.
Y'all hear echo?
Yeah.
It's you, Giles. Everybody but you is echo.
Okay, let me check something. Hold on. Audio.
Lord, you hear what I hear.
Camera.
What happened to Kyrie?
I just tried to find him. I ain't see him. Okay, there he go. Hold on.
That's better. Oh, never mind.
Okay, they say everybody's echoing, so I don't know what that is. I don't have. No way. Okay, do y'all hear me? I just clicked Kyrie.
You're not echoing anymore.
You are.
Do you hear
Everybody
me?
except Giles is echo. Sheila is not my Wi-Fi.
All right. Okay.
Giles, are you using an audio interface?
No.
Are you able to go? Are you able to go out and come in?
Me?
John?
Am I able to go?
Are you able to go in and come back out?
Let me do it. Let me do it now. Hold on, y'all. Yes, let me leave the studio.
We gonna make it. Are we echoing now?
Nope.
No.
Let me see it. Oh no, I don't hear it now.
Nope.
Testing.
Yeah, it's Giles has something going on. He probably got two computers in StreamYard at the same time.
Yes. Let's see.
You could
So
have.
so while we waiting, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
I'm good.
I have no complaints.
I'm doing all right.
Okay. No. It started again. You left me.
Really?
How many devices do you have up?
I just got one. I'm gonna try this iPad.
You left this time. It's that computer.
Seems like you have your audio.
They giving Karen with that echo. Wow.
Okay. All right.
Somebody said at least with the echo, you don't have to repeat. Let's go
Okay.
All right. How's that?
A lot better.
That sounds better.
Okay.
All right.
We ready. We ready.
Them children said the echo spirit is in the room.
But we bind it.
Bind it, Pastor. Bind it.
Bind it.
Thank you, Patrice. I'll get it when the show is over.
Next to me.
All right. Yeah, that's better.
Better, yes. Wait, are you frozen now? What the hell?
Wait, what is going on tonight? We gotta tell the devil to loose your hold.
Bye.
Yeah.
We need some prayer warriors, honey.
Yes, baby. Loose your hope and loose that other thing too.
So, Lucia.
Loose your hold.
And your hole.
Oh yeah, Kyrie.
Yes.
So you put You asked about a picture in our group.
What picture? I forgot. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
From this morning.
Yes, he goes to my alma mater. He's one of our cheerleaders.
Oh baby, when I saw that picture,
my
soul cried out, "Hallelujah!"
He's one of our cheerleaders.
Oh, that picture.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna tell no lie. My soul didn't cry out, but something else did.
Oh, wait a minute. From the innest and the outest, I cried out from deep down in a special place.
Yeah.
All up in my craw.
All right. Caught to that.
Okay, is there an echo with this one?
Yes.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Go to your audio settings and change your microphone.
Okay, internal.
Somebody just texted me talking about Andrew Caldwell don't cast a spell.
Baby, that's
How is this?
I heard somebody say this Kevin Samuels.
Is that better?
Jay, you all right?
He broke in hell.
Is this better?
Y'all so wrong.
Is this better?
That does sound a little better, but I still hear the echo.
Yes, no, maybe so.
No, it's still echoing.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
The iPad was a lot better.
Thais, they said that's Linda Wilson.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, now.
Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
All right.
That was
good.
You got Tourette's today.
Oh God. Thank you.
Now that's good. That's good.
All right.
Somebody said it was Leslie.
Now that's who it might have been for real.
Somebody else said Jackie. Oh my God.
No, not Jackie.
Oh my God.
All right. We're going to leave this right here. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. We're going to leave it right here.
Stop that.
Well, he
Are you going to put us in order? Because I know Thais going to say something.
Thais said, I've been here too long. I don't need it. I've been here too long to be at the bottom.
You know, I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it.
I'm good, y'all. I'm good, baby. Y'all can put me anywhere. Put me anywhere. I have been holding up the bloodstained banner as we march up to Zion.
Okay. Everybody
Put me anywhere.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. All right. Saints, ain'ts, and friends.
Uh-oh. Great.
Somebody got a late night in the early morning.
Jay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and post this. Y'all, okay. The first person on the docket. Oh shit.
You shit is right.
Shut up.
My God.
Oh. Who is this? Oh shit. Hold on. God.
Dang.
Please.
No booty calls during the live. That's right.
Who got a booty call?
Who said
it? Was not my phone. Thank you.
It was my booty call calling.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm saved. I've been saved all day. Ain't nobody been in me, and I ain't been in nobody.
All right.
Now you said today. What about yesterday?
Yesterday is gone. Look, yesterday is gone, and tomorrow may never come.
Okay. So according to, let me see our layout. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump on with them. Okay. Praise God. All right. So Saints, ain'ts, and friends. First on the docket is, and again, I'm going to say this. Please excuse me, you all. I had fell asleep Thank God I was asleep.
Somebody.
But we're gonna go on anyways. Praise God. So first on the docket is this. This is the news in Washington. Abortion bill that would make abortion legal nationwide was dead on arrival in the Senate. Uncle Joe approved another $40 billion for Ukraine.
Why are they always laughing? What's so funny? Let us in on the joke. What's so funny?
What's so funny is they saying y'all fell for this shit. We got him, Joe.
Oh, Kyrie.
That is not what it is.
And he called me the Republican.
I mean, it's we already knew going in that the vote was just symbolic, that they didn't have enough votes to pass any kind of legislation, for abortion. So, I mean, the Democrats really have no choice but to make abortion a midterm issue, because they're failing on everything else. They're failing on the economy. They're failing on civil rights. All the major student loans. They haven't done anything major about student loans. So, on all these different issues, the Republicans are just kind of kicking their ass, or just kind of waiting them out, And so they have no choice but to do something to try to galvanize voters in this midterm election.
Because I just graduated and Sally Mae knocked on my door the next goddamn day.
And I think it goes to the root of the problem is voting. The voters are not coming out. They're not energizing the voters. It really makes a difference on who you vote for. We need to energize the voters and do something. That's what the problem is. Basically,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
And voting, and speaking of voting, this bill that they knew wasn't going to pass, basically the symbolism of it forces our elected officials to make their position known, yay or nay. So now you have this evidence when you get ready to show up at the polls as to whether we're going to reelect these senators and these representatives. So they just wanted to make people declare one way or the other where they stand on abortion.
And then people think it's all about, is it Trump or Joe? It really, these presidents have the decision to put these people, these judges, in life-term terms, and that makes a difference about who you vote for.
Absolutely.
This right here is Trump's fault.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is Trump's court. These are this right here is what they wanted. So I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel bad, and to be honest with you, it's been like I as mean as it may sound, I really can care less because we did it to ourselves. We chose we chose to not go to the poll and vote when Hillary was running. We chose to allow Donald Trump to sleaze in there because we didn't get out and vote as an African American community. So I believe that this is, the chickens have come home to roost, and they're going to be cock-a-doodle-dooing for the next 20 years. So let's just get ready, because guess what? Next is going to be on the court.
Do we feel that gay rights and civil rights is in jeopardy because of this?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
I think everything is on the table at this point.
Yeah.
I think we should just expect anything to happen at this point.
Well, what's not on the docket this evening is something that Uncle Joe is up against. They're blaming him for it, and it's really not his fault. Some of it's his fault, but the majority of it's not his fault. Right now, we have a crisis right now with mothers getting formula for their babies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just white mothers, black mothers, Asian mothers, all fathers,
Yes, yeah.
single fathers are having problems right now getting formula for their kids. Now, listen, when me and Jives and Kyrie were babies, mamas would put cornbread, a little milk in the bottle, shake it up. You see kids running around with whole turkey legs in the kitchen, but today is a lot different. Today is a lot different. So, Big Mama, you get kids neck bones to chew on and everything.
Thais, they used to put like some greens and like
Everything.
crumble it up, and they put a big hole in the bottle, and
Rice.
they shake it up real good, and they stick that ball in their mouth. You call it, honey, you come in the kitchen.
These new millennial parents, these new millennial parents, they're scrambling. They don't know what to do. But it's really an eye-opening experience for these well-to-do white mothers who have never experienced this. Although 50% of the infant formula is allocated to WIC, those mothers are used to, struggling and scraping by. But these other mothers out here, the well-to-do mothers, they're complaining. Now they're throwing this all on Uncle Joe, when the fact of the matter is one of the formula companies had an outbreak and they wasn't sure was it in the baby formula or not. So that disrupted some stuff. And it was a whole bunch of things. But at the end of the day, Uncle Joe has been doing a lot of scrambling to try to save his presidency. But all this $40 billion every week to the Ukrainians and people over here struggling, it is a bad option going into the midterm. I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah.
It's bad, period. But
this is a part of the strategy. If you can't keep the Democrats out of power, then this is what you do. You make the presidency, you make their administration, for lack of a better way of putting it, shit. You make it shit. Because it all is going to boil down to who is at the helm of the ship, no matter whose fault it is. And that's why I don't agree with this whole it's Trump fault, because it's very rarely the person who is at the very top. It's some stuff going on in the system.
Okay, but the reason, let me explain the reason why I say Trump's is because what's going on in the Supreme Court is in fact the people that he put in position.
What you looking like that?
I'm waiting on Jay to come with it.
Trump put these conservative justices in these seats who are attacking the rights of women.
The only thing that the justices can do, is declare laws that have already been made unconstitutional. But that does not necessarily mean that it's all Trump's fault. That's just one.
But the court is weighed either Republican or Democrat. But because Trump was in power for that 4 years, look at how many justices hit the ground, and Trump replaced them with conservative justices who are going to vote towards the Bible and other than the rights of women. So
those folks died. Those justices died during a Republican administration.
Exactly.
It don't matter if Donald Duck was the president. The Republican president would have replaced those judges with Republicans.
You're missing the point. The point is, had we gone to the polls and voted Hillary Clinton in office, those justices would not be sitting in their seat. They will be sitting at home watching Tiny Toons Cartoon Network.
So then it's the voters' fault.
That's the
voters' fault.
And even before that, we could go back to Barack Obama's administration when Merrick Garner was a Supreme Justice nominee, and the Republicans sat there in Congress and would not give this man even a confirmation hearing. Exactly. So it's bigger than one person's fault. It's really the whole system. It's really, I'm just like, throw the whole damn Congress away too, because these congressmen and senators, they play a lot of games with people's lives and with our government.
Well, Hillary was the worst candidate you could run. She was overly qualified. She was more qualified than any candidate that's ever run. However, she was just the worst candidate to run. And I told everybody they was not fit to put in another Democrat after 8 years of a black man. And then y'all thought they was going to elect a woman. It just was going to happen like that. That was just it was too much of a pipe dream.
These are all Republican talking points, which are just lies. Unemployment is low. The economy is doing well. There is no inflation. Corporations are price gouging. Republicans have no idea. Child.
Okay, but Gwen, what country are you in, Gwen?
We should have elected Bernie.
Now, Gwen, we know there are some things that are a little distorted with the numbers, but everybody is not doing fine under this current administration with Uncle Joe. But let me just get back to Hillary 1 minute, because I think people think Hillary was the great white hope, and she really wasn't. She came with way too much baggage. She just wasn't trustworthy. People didn't trust her. And when James Comey dropped that bombshell,
Yeah,
that was the
it.
nail in the coffin for her. It was over for her. Okay, she just looked like she got magic beans in her purse. She's not trustworthy. She's just not. So at the end of the day, I think the ground was ripe for Trump. It was just a right fertilization of our American landscape for Trump to come in there, because you had 8 years of a black man and they needed some get back, and they got it with Trump.
Not only that, Thais, but it's like after Obama. Now I'm gonna say this: for black people, it was always, for some black people, it was like he didn't do enough for black people. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But I can say this now: I didn't even have to watch the news. It felt peaceful. America felt like it was a little bit calm. You know, every time I turned on the news, it was just like, you know, it was different. And then right after that, it's like, then we go straight to Trump, and it's like every day I'm glued to the TV, like, okay, now bitch, what the fuck about to happen now? Like, who finna get bombed?
Trump's presidency was a circus.
What's going on?
You know what? We would have been all right. Let me say this: the system would have been all right with Hillary. I voted for Uncle Joe. Not Uncle Joe. I voted for Bernie Sanders. And many people got mad because they thought that voting for any other party than Democrat or Republican, you gave it to the Republicans. And I really do think that that was a line of truth to that. But like you said, Hillary was very experienced. And in a corrupt system, I hate to say it, you need someone who is experienced with that level of corruption. So I really do believe that we probably would have been a little bit better off with Hillary, because she knows the system. We think that we want the helm of our country to be led by someone with integrity, but the system is not fueled on integrity. So to have someone that's doing the right thing is asking for what we have right now. Everything is getting overturned because Uncle Joe has so much integrity. He wants to play the game, you know.
But it's a natural born fact that people know that the first 4 years of a person's presidency has nothing to do with the current president.
That's true.
It has to do with the president that is before them. So once again, we are eating the shit that was slid in front of us from Donald Trump.
That's true.
Now,
and what does that boil down to?
And it boils down to the voters.
Not
voted, and those who voted stuck with I'm gonna still vote for Bernie Sanders. They handed the election over to Donald J. Trump.
Absolutely,
it's just that simple. And so we can go back and forth, but in reality, the truth is, it is our fault as the voters. We made the bed. Now we have to lie in it. I just put $120 to fill up my goddamn truck before I got on this.
There you go with that damn gas again.
That shit is ridiculous. But I'm just saying, it's our fault. It is our fault. This is our bed. We need to lay in it.
So
it's a lot of Fox News watchers in this chat tonight, y'all. I don't know where they came from.
What's the voters? How is it the voters' fault? I'm just asking.
Because we didn't get out.
We didn't get out and vote.
We didn't get out.
They can't make up his mind whether Trump's fault or the voters' fault. You can believe nothing you say.
No, it is the voters' fault. We didn't get out and vote.
But I'm still trying to figure out how voting is doing anything for black people. What is it doing for us?
Okay, but if we keep saying what is it going to do for us, nothing is going to continue to. We know ain't nothing going to happen for us. We ain't getting reparations. We're not getting. So we keep crying this. What is it for us? There's never going to be anything in there for us.
So what am I voting for?
But you got, once again, the lesser of two evils. Let's just be real.
Okay.
So you rather vote Corella DeVille in instead of dealing with Evelina over here?
I don't care who run on the next wheel because I ain't voting. I don't give a damn who running.
That's sad. You gotta vote. You gotta vote.
That right there
I ain't gotta do shit to stay black and die.
Exactly.
That's the attitude of everyone, and that's why we're here.
I'll vote my local elections. Yes,
and
where I live.
And that's the reason why we ended up with 4 years of chaos, foolishness, and BS. And that's the reason why women are now being told what they are going to be able to do with their body, because we have people that, like you, who just said, I'm not going to vote. I don't care. And so now we're in a bed right now. And guess what? Women are now, you're going to be attacked. You just said you got to be black and die. But guess what? You might be black and dead, because of the next election. If it goes Trump's way, we might not, what? They're not going to be able to get in college, because I promise you, African Americans in college is going to be next. So everyone cries, oh, we're so black power, we're so black and we're so beautiful. But then when it comes down to the nitty gritty of it, we don't do anything. The truth.
That's not true. That's true. Black people turned out in numbers. That's not true.
Exactly.
Well, okay, and I know my brother got the. I know my brother got the land his plane, but let me just say something. I understand the apathy of Kyrie and so many black people is very similar to the apathy that's in the black church right now. People are sick of going out, giving their vote, giving their all, and ain't got shit to show for it. You know, at some point, symbolism is just not enough. We elected the first black president. People feel like, okay, my life didn't change, but it was great to have a black president. Okay, we did this. We saved the democracy twice during his term, and we don't have anything to show for it. You know, tangible, because at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, these white folks have been really, really, really gung-ho on taking back the country that they knew in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s, ever since that Freedom Caucus was formed under President Obama. Okay, they have really, really been trying, and now they are going full-fledged ahead with it. They want to go back to the good old days. And they ain't gonna stop until they get it. They're not.
Absolutely. But think about Tyee. Sorry. Think about how ironclad not affirmative, but the Affordable Care Act was. That even when they tried to chip away and undo it, it failed. There was a time during the Obama administration where Congress, the Democratic Party specifically, was unified. We were able to get a lot of stuff done that is hard to undo even today because of that strong unity. So even within the Democratic Party, we can't keep the progress going because there is now so many divisions within the Democratic Party. But what Trump and Trump's Republicans are doing is they stick with their guy. He could grab women by the pussies. He could do all kinds of things. And they said, we Republican, we gonna stick together. You mentioned,
well, yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. And I've told everybody, like, I'm telling y'all, AOC and all them girls up there is going to be the death of the Democratic Party. Absolutely. It don't mean that they don't mean well. Right. It don't mean that they don't mean well. I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but it's too much divisiveness when y'all can't come together as a collective body and say, let's just get this done for the people. Right. We don't have a super majority, but we do have the House and the Senate. We don't have, like, we know that we don't have Republicans where we can go and get 10 Republicans and close everything out, but we do have enough to get some things done.
Absolutely.
And they're not even there.
And then we have black brothers and sisters who vote Republican and stand up there with the Trump sign, because at the end of the day, they're saying Republicans get shit done.
Okay, well, here's the situation. Now, there is a part in every party where, like, it is working to be beneficial for everybody. If you want to be real about everything, black people, we were Republican in the beginning, and white folks were Democratic. The thing about it is this right here. If we don't understand how we are better together than we are separate, we're going to continue fighting amongst ourselves about some of the dumbest bullshit that there is. Republicans, for the most part, these new Republicans and the ones who've been there for such a long time, it's for the benefit of rich people and all of those things. the Democrats, it's like just a lot of things are just trying to go through or whatever. The fact is this. We're trying to get somebody in office that's going to fix the world, fix America, fix this. None of this shit is going to happen until we as a people, a body, looks at all of this and say, look, I know you don't like us. We don't like you either, but we are in this thing together and we need to be able to work together to have a cohesive country. But a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people don't mind fighting. A lot of people don't mind killing. You know, black folks out here marching every other week when they uncle, nephew, Ray, Pookie them get shot, but yet and still we be out here doing the dumb shit and carrying on, and we want to sit out here and be like, the government need to do this, the white folks need to do this, and did it. But it's like, what are we gonna do for ourselves? A president cannot fix this.
That's it.
We are looking for somebody to stand in office and say, here, people, we're going to fix this and it's all going to be better. No, fuck that. We're going to have to help ourselves. And the truth is, there are white people in the very same fucking situation that we are in. It's white folks on WIC. It's white folks on food stamps. It's white folks that's crackheads. It's white folks that's trailer park. You got white folks that's out here popping and selling pussy. You got white folks that's out here doing the very exact same thing that black people is doing. Y'all, I am so sleepy as fuck, and I'm going to make this show. So please forgive me, because I do have something I need to say too. Because, listen, I have been waiting to get here all night. But the fact is this right here. As a people, we have to stop fighting each other. And I know it sounds like kumbaya, rainbows, and sunflowers and shit. But the truth is, we can never go somewhere fighting each other and then talking about we want peace, we want this, we want that, we need justification, all this, we want reparations. God damn it, I'm gonna tell you like this, I really want them to give us motherfucking reparations, but that's a lot of goddamn money. Bitch, all they gotta do really, truthfully, is hit a goddamn button and then just hit that shit to all of our accounts and we gonna be motherfucking all right. That's how I feel about that. But just like they did with them goddamn Thais, them checks, bitch, hit them buttons.
They can give me $100,000, $200,000, all is forgiven. I'll move on with my motherfucking life. I'm serious.
Y'all talk about Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter, but Trump wouldn't have gave them Ukrainians no goddamn money.
You're right.
No, it wasn't.
No, Trump would. They would have been over there with that government cheese and that peanut butter.
He would be with Russia right now.
He would be over there with Putin in the bed.
And you know what?
It would be Trump hotels in Ukraine.
The thing is, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Trump did this." Yeah, truth of the fact of the matter is, yes, Trump gave us money. He did, but on the back end, it was a bunch of bullshit that's been brewing. Now look where we at. Folks going to jail for all of this crooked shit that's been going on. All the scammers and Joanne the scammer said, girl, we was out here making some money off of Trump, girl. We had all these loans and shit. We was doing this, girl. Yup, and your ass was gonna get wrapped the fuck up as soon as that shit rolled around. So, bitch, you was living house to home. Now where your ass gonna be at?
CJ said, y'all, that this is spiritual. This has to be fought in the spirit.
Okay, so CJ, I got you, CJ.
This is warfare. So, CJ say this is warfare.
So for the ones of y'all that want to pray, come on, let's pray. You take your ass over there and pray, and then for the rest of us, we gotta fight this shit. So y'all go pray, and we gonna have to, because somebody gotta do something. So we need somebody to pray, and we need somebody to fight. How about that?
Work together.
Praise God.
Exactly. But you know what? I know we got to move on, but the system really has to change. It starts where you live.
It does.
It starts where you live, who you elect locally, who you send to your state houses. All that affects what happens at the top.
Yeah.
So
get out and vote.
Wait, somebody said, stop using my color to justify your lives. Blacks can get an ID to vote. We are only culture by the bounce and the support music that deems
that demeans us.
Ciao.
Mr. G, we have, Mr. G. Let me say this, Mr. G. Since we got to this country, let's not start with 1619. Let's go way back to the 1500s. 1619 is just a written number, but let's go way back to the 1500s. Since we've got to this country, we've never been fully accepted for who we are, you know, and they think of us as just shit, you know, and we have to fight, we have to push back, we have to tell it like it TI is, because if we don't have nobody advocating for us but us. Dr. King, they killed him in Memphis, blew him away. Malcolm X, they shot him, blew him away in Harlem. Brother Hampton, they assassinated him. We really don't have advocates out there in the streets like we did to keep the people motivated. We have Al Sharpton, and Jesse Jackson is about to check out of here. So we have to say it like we mean and tell it like it TI is. That's all we have.
Jeez, did you have to say it like that?
I mean, damn. You just said Jesse to the night water.
Mr. G,
I mean, it's a appointed man wants to die. He got to die.
The fact that you really want to point out that black people sold black people. Let me tell you something. It's some niggas selling out on another nigga every day. It's some white person that's selling out on another white person every day. It is somebody in somebody's race selling out on their own people every day. And yes, it is the truth that our own people sold us into slavery. You know, that's a fact. But the fact is this right here. In order to change the trajectory of how we move in the future, we have got to stop the fuck shit, and we've got to do better moving forward. If we do not do better moving forward, we're going to continue to have problems. If we do not sit out here and...
I know my brother got to land his plane. Mr. G, can I ask you a question? Do you think the Spaniards and the Dutch needed permission to go over there in Africa and do anything they needed to do? Do you think they needed permission? Do you think they needed a middleman, Mr. G? Because, see, that's the narrative that's been going around a long time, that these African tribesmen, and they just handed Africans over to the folks over there. But do you really think they needed permission or went in and gingerly, you know? I'm just asking, Mr. G. You know what, never mind, brother. Let's move on. Because these kind of topics can go on for hours and hours and hours. Let me move on.
I want to say to everybody in the comment section, everybody who is watching, thank you all so much. I need to probably change this comment section to subscribers only. But if you are new, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are moving on to the next topic. But let me first say this before we move on. Because I don't know if I'm sleepy. Well, I know I am sleepy, and I feel like
you
I'm
just woke up. What you been doing?
Child, when I tell you, working my ass off trying to get some shit done. Let me say this. I said something earlier on, Tice, was it yesterday? 2 days ago, something?
Mm-hmm.
I said something yesterday, and a lot of people took it as if I was throwing shade towards Thais and maybe towards anybody else. Let me explain something.
What'd you say?
I'm going there, Kyrie. I'm going there. I've been on these social media streets for a very long time. And even I was telling this to my sister Miko, people like to bring about division between people that are doing success and having success in their platforms, and they're doing great. I said something yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. My ass is sleeping right now, so please forgive me. I said something yesterday to the regard of, I was celebrating our show last week, and we had made it to 1,000, people watching at one time. And I was celebrating us, not me. I was celebrating us, that we were doing something very good, and we are always touching people every Friday, every time we come on. And I said, y'all got to stop this mess, because when I celebrate something, I'm deemed a bad person or whatever. I said, but when Thais or anybody else or Darius or Kyrie does something, it's like, oh, we celebrate you. Go. Way to go. Woo. And somebody took that, or some people took that, ran back to Thais, talking about, "Ooh, Jazz feels some type of way." But let me tell y'all something. I do feel some type of way. You know why I feel some type of way? Is because, y'all, we're doing this together. These men on this platform, and the women's too, and the transgenders, and the women that come on here, I don't ask these Negroes for nothing. I let everybody put their cash apps up because I want them to get the support from you all. That's what I be wanting for them. Thais has grown because, again, I opened this platform up and I said, listen, you all, take y'all ass over there and go support Thais. Kyrie, same thing. Darius, same thing. Ashley, Jay, Marquise, everything. Baby, I don't ask y'all to do anything. I want y'all to support my brothers. And the moment that I say, hey, y'all, look at what we're doing, I'm always deemed as the bad person. So when I correct this shit and I say, y'all stop this bullshit right here, y'all stop running trying to bring about division. I don't care who support who more, who get what cash apps. Y'all stop this fuck shit. This is exactly what we talking about right here tonight with this whole black people stuff. We can't even be excited for one another because y'all feel like, oh, look at it. Oh, no, I'm not going to do this stuff here. I'm not. I'm really not. Because I don't feel no type of way because y'all are over there with Thais. I don't feel no type of way because y'all go there with Marquise Darius. I don't feel no type of way. And y'all not going to make me the bad person because at the end of the day, if I did not want you all to support them, we would not be doing what we're doing right now. I would tab these Negroes. Don't put your cash apps up. Don't do this. No, I do this because I share. I made it to where I am, and I'm going to make it further. There's only one King Jives, one Thais, Kyrie, Ashley, Darius, Jay, Marquise. There's only one of us.
Just one.
And we have to, when you leave this platform right here, you got to make your way in this world and make your own shit work. What works for Thais is what's keeping Thais where he is and what's growing Thais' channel. And that shit goes for everybody else. There is no jealousy here. But what I do not like is when people sit out here and try to make it like I can't celebrate nothing, but everybody else can be happy. I refuse to live like that. I refuse that. I am happy for everybody who is on this platform. And I honestly 100% mean that. I may not like how these commenters and everything act because y'all love to bring about dissension and division amongst people. Oh, I like Thais more. Oh, I like King Jives more. You know what? I don't like Jay. Oh, I like Jay. I don't like Jay. I like Jay. I don't like Jay.
I don't like Jay.
I don't like him tomorrow. Oh, Marquise, you know what? Marquise, I'm going to tell you, Marquise act just like London. Oh, I don't think y'all should have brought him on.
I don't know London.
You know what? Y'all need to bring London back. Keep London ass off. Y'all stop with the fuck shit. We've already dealt with this. We've already handled it. We had London to come on here. Y'all saw how that shit went. It was what it was. Bitch, we move on. Now, what I'm not going to do is keep having people antagonize people because they're right here on King Jive's platform. I'm not going to do that. Because it's people that does not like the fact that there are men and women coming together on a weekday to celebrate and have fun and enjoy. There are people that do not like the fact that we're doing what we're doing right now. And I don't care if what you don't like, what you don't feel, whatever you do. Now, bitch, I can rebuke you in the name of Jesus, or I can cuss your motherfucking ass out. However the fuck you want it. Bitch, you can get it.
Come here, bitch. Let me pray for you in the name of Jesus. Come here, bitch.
Good.
Well, we
like
thank
that
you.
touch.
We thank you, Jives, for offering your platform.
Ashley, you don't have to continue to say that. I know you appreciate it.
We really do.
I know. I don't want it to feel like somebody's kissing my ass or anything. I don't. Listen, I love y'all. I really do. I really love y'all and I appreciate you all. I don't do this just so y'all can grovel at my feet. I don't. I love y'all for real. With no strings attached. You hear me? No strings attached.
Oh, bitch, we want the strings.
Huh?
We want the strings.
Shut your ass up.
Shut up, Jay.
I ain't never liked strings.
Oh,
Will you answer that booty call, please? Tell him you doing the show.
Because the reason why I'm saying, because my brother did feel some type of way. Thais felt some type of way, and I don't like that, y'all. I don't.
No, I didn't like. It wasn't like detrimental or nothing. But people had several people had reached out to me, and they were like, did you see the video the Jives did? I said, no, I hadn't. I went and watched it, and I'm just, that was the point of view. I think a lot of the people that were hitting me up was saying like the video was done the morning after my celebration, so they felt like it was kind of like the morning after, kind of like tea. And I said, well, Jives is entitled to his opinion about his platform, and that's just the bottom line, But it is what it is. I accept what you say. I accept your, lamentations, and we're just going to move forward, and try to do the best we can with all of the teams.
What was the purpose in going back and telling you that? I don't like bone carriers.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, Kyrie.
No, I watch Jives videos anyways, but I hadn't seen that video. I can say this. Some people, being that I have followers and Jives have followers, I can see how my followers care about me and they will want me to know about something. I totally get that. I understand there's messy people, and I understand there are people that truly, genuinely care for your feelings and don't want your feelings to get hurt. So I see both sides of it. I know there's messy people out there, but I also know that there are people that genuinely care about your feelings and don't want to see you get hurt either. So I see both sides, Kyrie.
See, the thing, Kyrie, Thais, was this. Last Saturday, Friday night, I was taking pictures because we were like, it was 8 first, and it was 9, and it was 1,000, and moving on up, and I was taking pictures. So that night or that Saturday, I had posted the pictures on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, just celebrating us. Now, normally I will go and screen share this so y'all can see what I'm talking, but I ain't got time for that. I had posted, I was just sharing. And so this particular individual, I don't know if this is a male or a female, but I know it's a fucking sissy, that's who it is, have got in the comments, and they went on all of my social medias and just talking shit about what I was doing. And I'm like, I'm celebrating us. I'm celebrating what we're doing. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Right. Spiller Boy said, God knows everybody on the front row isn't always a friend, and you got to be careful in these. And that's real. A lot of people that come to your platform, sit in them comments, baby, they're not your friend. Spiller Boy was right there when that shit was going on in San Antonio, and all the motherfuckers attacked me with some bullshit that didn't even have nothing to do with me. Baby, these YouTube streets are very treacherous. Very treacherous.
And I'm learning, you'll be surprised who's behind these troll accounts. I discovered something recently. I ain't even going to say nothing about it, but you will gag when you find out who's behind these troll comments for all of you YouTube creators. You will gag. And the best thing to do is don't say nothing. Just play it off like you don't even know. But I'm telling y'all, you will gag. Sometimes it be Facebook friends you've been friends with for years.
Period.
And you're like, that was perfect.
I'm trying to tell you, that's the truth.
Baby, listen.
Sometimes it's people that, and I've always said that too, because I do a lot of church commentary. A lot of people that are behind these troll accounts are people that know you.
Yep.
If not that know you, they know you personally.
Mm-hmm.
They smile in your face all the while. They want to take your place.
But we are 30 minutes. We came on 30 minutes late, and now we got to. Okay.
Moving on.
Enough about me.
Saints, ain'ts, and friends, we are moving on with this story. Children of God, Young Thug, Gunna, and associates arrested on RICO charges in Atlanta. Young
really
Thug.
perplexes me.
What say, Ashley?
I said this really perplexes me because once you get big, why do you have to still do with the streets? Why you still gotta be in both? You gotta live the high life and you gotta be in the streets. Why can't you just let that life go? I don't understand.
That's all they.
It ain't easy to let it go. It ain't just that easy.
But that's all they know.
No, it's not that that's all that they know. Sometimes these people really aren't making what they portray that they're making, and so they still have to hustle to make money and portray this life. They have to fake it till they really, really make it.
And just because you got a record deal don't mean you got money. People think that.
Yeah, but Gunna is huge right now. Like he's doing the damn thing.
Okay, so we do have
media wise, but that don't mean you really got money coming in.
No, we do have an update with Young Thug. Young Thug attorney went to court yesterday and asked for an emergency bond hearing after his initial bond hearing was denied, and the judge is going to say no, said no again because they feel that he's an extreme flight risk. So the request was that the jail was nasty and the living conditions are deplorable. I don't know whether he expected the Four Seasons or the Sheraton, but it is jail, Young Thug, at the end of the day. Now listen, this 80-page indictment from the Fulton County DA, y'all, 80-page indictment says that this young slime life, gang-banging, record label, have been involved with murders, racketeering, all money laundering, all kinds of stuff for about 10 years, a decade. So to the people like T.I. that's out here talking about why y'all ain't going after the KKK, they've been investigating this organization for 10 years. So they're not going to put a RICO charge, which is one of the most serious charges, statutes you can use. They're not going to just throw that out there without any evidence, RICO charges. Y'all better be glad these are state RICO charges and not federal. That's what y'all better be glad.
They want somebody to snitch. That's what they want.
Well, somebody.
Well, they thought Gunna had snitch.
Mm-hmm. Somebody probably already did snitch.
Well, speaking of jail, I just want to say, free Britney.
Oh.
Free Britney.
Britney who?
Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Oh, why did I think Britney Spears? Like, what did she done do?
That's what I thought he was talking about too. I thought it was Britney Spears.
I'm like, what the world? Do y'all know me? Britney Spears? What the fuck am I giving a fuck about Britney?
You saw my face. You saw my face. Like,
yeah, we thought you were talking about Britney.
Yeah, Britney.
Let me. Okay, Magnolia Joe. Magnolia Joe said this is deeper than we know or someone could comprehend. Okay, Uncle. Is it Uncle Joe? Magnolia Joe. Okay, Magnolia Joe. We understand the hip hop cops of the 90s over there in New York City. We understand that the hip hop community has been public enemy number one of the feds and the police for many, many years. But like my brother Ashley was just saying, and I said the other night, people don't understand that at some point you have to cut ties with a lot of the stuff you came out of.
Yeah.
One of the producers on Twitter yesterday talking about this young man has the LLC. James St. Patrick had an LLC on Power. That doesn't mean anything. Somebody passed out a few turkeys at Thanksgiving and y'all just labeled him Martin Luther King. At some point, y'all have to cut ties with all of these other thugs that y'all grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
RICO charges are not made up just out of the blue. We understand that white supremacists are running the federal law enforcement bureaus. We get it. But you can't give them ammunition to arrest you.
Right.
And that's universal. I don't know much about the entertainment industry and the rap game and the streets, but what I do know is the church, and we need some RICO laws in the church. Come on.
They say Magnolia Joe. Somebody said Magnolia Joe is a bot.
You know, this is a new level. Any new level.
Lord.
Like any new level brings about the need for an adjustment. You know, things you used to do down here, you just can't do up here. You know, your status changed, so your behavior has to change. And I think that
you in line, Marquise, because somebody said, why hasn't the Church of God in Christ been brought up on RICO charges? I said, well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know.
Religious exemption.
Allegedly.
No, that's not why, Marquise.
I don't know why they haven't been brought up on RICO charges.
I'm going to tell you why. The reason why they have not been brought up on charges is because they keep either paying people off to not say anything, and they've been doing this for a very long time. But I'm going to tell you something. Somebody going to say something one of these days. Now, y'all can't get me because, bitch, I'm not worried about y'all. But y'all going to run across the right person one of these days, and they going to pull, because I'm telling you, baby, all this shit that keeps sliding across my desk, I'm like, baby, I don't know how the feds ain't came up in here on the church all this time.
Well, I mean, you got to also look at the demographics of some of these churches. A lot of these church folks have powerful people that go to their church. So you.
Well, we thought John Gotti was very powerful too, but they got his ass.
But you got to
slipping.
Like for instance, under Bishop Blake, you got Angela Bassett. You got all these huge names. What in the hell do they want?
You know what?
You know what
this kind of shit. Hold it. But you know,
you got lawyers.
Before y'all hit me up tonight in my inbox, no, I don't want to see Twinkie on the sidewalk in handcuffs. No, I'm not saying that. I don't want to see Jackie and them sitting on the curb in handcuffs. It was just an analogy, y'all.
Right.
No, I don't want to see Dorinda in the back of the Fed car. No. It was just an example.
Oh, but I didn't hear you mention Karen.
I don't want to see Karen in the back of I don't want to see Karen in the back of no damn paddy wagon.
With that wig on.
She'll be beat, though. She'll be beat. She'll have a cute mug shot.
With a 10-gallon hat on.
Okay.
Please don't inbox me tonight. Please.
Let me share this video. This is the next topic at hand.
I hear Dorinda and Bishop used to have revivals together.
All right, here we go.
Dorinda used to do revivals together.
Did they lay hands?
Oh.
Did they walk the pews?
That's what I heard.
Did they walk the pews?
Dorinda and Bishop used to do a whole revival camp meetings together.
Next day.
They was at the morning bench.
Come here, Cole.
Down at the cross.
Come here.
Come here, Cole. Are you in your new house? I'm moving in my new house. I'm done.
A mess.
Come on, play. Come on.
Kyrie, you sure don't ever say that about you never chime in on our conversations about the Clark, huh? Tell you, some people got you so scared.
You coming for war tonight. You coming for war tonight.
Don't be silent when it comes to them Clarks, Kyrie. These people got you scared. They got you just trembling over there. I guess you don't want your envelopes to get interrupted.
I don't know. Oh, God. I don't know what you want me to say.
Oh, I'm here for this one.
All right. So I'm going to play this. I do have a lot to say about this.
This is my big brother right here.
I agree wholeheartedly with what he said.
I do.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
I do too.
No. I'm okay. So let's go and start. I agree with what he said, but I just think that he is the wrong person to be saying this.
Oh, okay.
That he been slinging dick from Delaware, DC, down here to Atlanta, overseas, and you've been slanging meat, and I'm like, sir, you was the wrong person to sit out here and be trying to talk about Kevin Samuels when you come on now.
I want to hear what he said.
That's where I disagree. Oh.
Y'all ready, Saints?
Yeah, it's fine.
To me, I don't care what kind of man of God you claim to be. If
what happened? Oh.
You don't have an authentic.
It's the computer.
Yeah, it's probably computer.
Woman of God in your life who can hold.
Yeah.
You into accountability, then your gift.
Oh my God!
Fast forward to the end, where he
It got me.
And I don't care what kind of man.
You may have to tell him. You may have to tell him. Jives.
God, you.
Okay, let me do this. Let me try this, Kyrie. Let me try this, Thais. I gotta
Big Dick Jamal Bryant.
I'm gonna be silent on this one.
Why does he breathe so hard on the mic? Well, that's how most ministers, the preachers do this. You know, it's a part of the hooping process.
It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm.
Yeah, it's a cadence inside of the mic.
Y'all know who was breathing hard too early tonight?
Who?
When I called him.
Who?
Our brother. I thought he had Lil Nas or somebody up in there the way he was breathing.
Jamal Bryant?
No, I'm talking
That's
about
why he was late. He was getting them yams.
I said the way he answered that phone, that he was breathing hard. I said, wait a minute now. I had to ask him two times. Are you okay?
Spill the tea tonight then. Spill it then.
Oh my God.
My God.
I was like, hold up now. You wasn't just asleep.
He said, oh my God. I overslept.
I don't care what kind of man of God you claim to be. If you don't have an authentic woman of God in your life who can hold you into accountability, then your gift ain't going nowhere. Many of you all are quoting that a woman ought to submit. She ain't supposed to submit to any man. She's supposed to submit to a man who is submitted under God. If he ain't submitted, don't you buck your knee. You better stand right there until you find a man. You are listening to men who have no authority. How can a man say that you are of low value after 35? How can a man say that you do not have the level of traction of a high-powered man when that man has got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral? Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. You got to be in that place where you operate in the authority of God. Look at another sister around you. Tell them, it's not that I hate men. Come on, look at another sister. Say, I do not hate men. I just despise weak men. I despise cowardice men. I just ain't got time for men who are insecure about my gift. I'm not going to dummy down because of what God got me. I don't have to lower my standard. That man got to step all the way up to deal with a queen on my level.
Preach, black man.
He preached. I got to give it to him. He preached.
Now, again, I'm going to say this. Can y'all hear me?
I'm raising my hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I like what he said, but Jamal Bryant is very known for jumping on the bandwagon of some bullshit just to get an amen. All the women out there is hot hooting nanny and hollering and throwing their drawers on the damn altar when he was just the same man who was fucking Giselle and then this other woman and then had tweet running up and through here and carrying on. That's the same man, but you want to be out here. I agree with what he said, but I'm like, it's the same man that was doing the bullshit.
And Jives, I don't disagree. I agree with you. But this is a part of the stereotypical powerful man narrative.
Yeah.
We have been socialized from children that the more girls you have, the more of a man you are. So what Jamal thinks in his mind is that if he got tweet fighting Giselle and the women in the church throwing their panties, he's a man. I'm a man. Ho, look at me. Now, what he said, absolutely, I agree with. And my grandma used to always say, the truth don't care who tell it. So you can say
a lie don't care who tell it. A lie.
Well, my grandma say truth and lies don't care who tell it. The point is, you can say the right thing, but have no credibility to back it up yourself. Now, Bryant is not David, because when Bryant first got involved in his scandal, he preached a sermon about it entitled, I'm Still the Man.
Still the Man.
And he used David's story about Bathsheba to justify it. But my problem with that is he missed one.
Hold on. If you're going to use David's story, Jamal, you got to Jonathan?
He missed a very hermeneutical point in the text. He missed a very hermeneutical point.
Oh, hold on. Taze,
David.
Taze, I'm sorry. I was wondering what the hell was going on.
I don't know what happened. My thing went out, and then I tried to come back. I'm just sitting there. I said, they'll see me in a minute.
But Jamal forgot that David, although David did what David did, David had a moment where he came back to God and said, you know what? I messed up, God. Like, please recreate my whole heart. And that's what we do not see.
Recreate my whole.
What I do not see from Jamal. I don't see a posture of a man that comes forward and says, I'm flawed. I got issues. I'm horny. I like women, and I like a variety of women. And if God don't help me, I will have you, your mama, and your daughter. Like, we need Jamal. What a powerful opportunity Jamal Bryant has to come out and be the face of a man that needs God's help. And that's the part that he misses. You just can't say I'm still the man and pay this. You don't pay your child support. You're not faithful to your relationships. So I don't have nothing to hear. I don't want nothing you have to say.
I don't think he does not, because if you listen to his sermons, and I do listen to them regularly, he does actually admit and he does speak of the stuff that he has done.
Oh Lord.
Now, I will say this is the biggest problem that I think a lot of us have, is we keep focusing on the man instead of looking at the message that the man is talking about. Because if that's the case, you know what? Never mind. No, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. If I'm just saying, if that's the case, a lot of us wouldn't be in pulpits today. I mean, because we're not gonna act as if we're perfect that sit in the pulpit today. So the fact is, he is very transparent. He's not saying that he is perfect, but he's 100% in this message. He's saying a lot of what, in fact, a lot of what we have been saying all week. We might not like the messenger, but let's just be real. The message is he's absolutely right. So
no, he's not.
Yes,
not
he is right.
Not on everything. Y'all brought the church way. Y'all brought the church way. I'm gonna bring it Kyrie's way.
He is right.
Here's my thing. Jamal Bryant, like you said, it's the right message, maybe, but the wrong person. Now, Jamal Bryant, you want to sit here and talk about this man? First of all, motherfucker, you have disrespected every black woman that you ever been with.
Absolutely.
You did not respect the sanctity of marriage. You done made baby mamas out of your church. You done passed out your dick like it's communion.
I agree with Kyrie.
And allow this man and say, well, you listen, he needs to go for me. First of all, that man's mother came out and said, there's no go for me neither. Kevin Samuels, even though people don't like him, he is a man that took care of his business. The man was worth a lot more money. So for you to sit here and talk all this bullshit, but I'm saying that I don't like Jamal Bryant at all. Period. Point blank. The end. I don't care for him. I mean, I can't say I don't like him
because you like Kevin Samuels.
But that's no reason why I don't like Jamal. I didn't agree with everything Kevin Samuels said either.
I mean, but a week ago you were dick riding Kevin Samuels.
I'm with Kyrie on this one. I'm with Kyrie on this one.
Kevin Samuels said I didn't agree with, but I'm not gonna sit here and say this is another thing. This is why I don't get down with this bullshit about being Greek. Now, if anybody here is in a fraternity or sorority, I'm sorry. This is just me. But with Greeks, from my understanding, ain't supposed to do what he did in this sermon. Now, y'all both probably me and a Kappa. You should do what you did. That's Greek life, whatever. Y'all looking crazy, but that's Greek life.
Oh, Kevin Samuels is a Kappa.
But hold on, Kyrie. Just because somebody is in the same fraternity, don't mean that they like each other.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that right there.
I'm not saying you had to like each other, but what I am saying is, what they do say is they do not go against each other like that. You don't put them on front.
That you are right. You are correct in that.
Be a man about it and go to him. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I'm not in Greek. I was a GDI. Well, yeah, that's me.
Well,
I am Greek, so I understand.
When Eddie Long died, they tried to give him some type of some big honor from that fraternity, and the head people were like, no. They were like, no, we're not going to give him this honor because he's not deserving of that honor. So I think you can be from a fraternity and still speak the truth if truth is warranted. Yeah, I don't think your fraternity negates the fact that you're supposed to tell the truth on your brother if your brother has done something wrong. Right. Here's what I believe, y'all. Here's what I believe. I believe that Jamal Bryant don't believe none of the shit he said. Not one thing. I believe he didn't believe none of that shit he said. I believe he raised the biggest offer he ever received because that was a motivational speech to the 95% of the women in that audience out there.
Absolutely.
He raised that money and he went on his way. He made them women feel good, and baby, they dig deep in them purses and gave him the honorarium and offering he needed that day. He's just the wrong messenger. He's the wrong messenger. People in glass houses should stay away from these kind of sermons.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean,
it's the classic. It's the classic.
Who's supposed to preach then? That's my question. Who's supposed to preach?
I'm not a Kevin Samuels fan by any means. And there was a GoFundMe page, but it was taken down. By the way, it was taken down because they said it was a GoFundMe page, and they found out that the person behind it may have been fraudulent or whatnot. But my personal opinion, I believe that Kevin Samuels may have needed a GoFundMe page, but one of these toxic fuckboys like T.I. or Martell Holt probably found his mother and gave her some money so it wouldn't get out in the public.
Yeah. But Jay, to answer your question, who should preach then? People who practice what they preach.
But that's the thing. We sitting here saying that people don't practice what they preach. But let's just be real. None of them.
I am being real.
But none of them practice what the hell they
preach. I
preach.
do. I practice everything I preach.
I mean, okay.
Fight me. I practice everything I preach.
Do you?
I sure do. You name it. If I preach it, I practice.
Okay, no, you're right, Jay. Nobody's perfect. But if you out here willingly doing what the hell you want to do, just in my opinion,
preach that.
You ain't got no business being nobody stupid.
But that's what you. But no, that's what you should preach.
Sit your ass down and be ministered to. Don't minister. Be ministered to.
If you are community peen, then get up and preach that you community peen. That's all I'm saying.
Man, the church has really changed since I don't get it.
So you want the people to be honest about the fact that they community peen.
That's all. That was just an example. But the point is, if you practice it, preach it. If you don't practice it, then don't preach it. And if you will practice it, then stay away from it. Before you contradict yourself. That's all I'm saying.
But the point is...
Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I said before, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to change. I do believe that when you are in the pulpit, you are to live a certain way. I agree with Kyrie. Church has changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that we have to be self-righteous, but damn, y'all, it's like we just put everything has to be all out here. Like, I just feel like we are to be separate from everybody else. It's different. That's just me. I don't knock nobody else. That's just me.
Jesus wasn't separate. Jesus wasn't separate. Jesus would be found in the house of Zacchaeus, the tax collector. He was found with a prostitute washing his feet with her hair. And even Jesus's own disciples was looking like, if he knew who this woman was, she ain't good for his image. Jesus shut their mouths, knowing their thoughts. He said, you don't even understand what's going on here. No, Jesus wasn't fucking her for all we know. For all we know. But the Bible doesn't tell us when Jesus urinated. The Bible doesn't tell us every meal Jesus had. The Bible only tells us what was relevant to the story.
Right. Jesus didn't have 7 paternity suits either. Right. And Jesus didn't pay child support either. Exactly.
Let's look. But there's also some things that are taught in the biblical world also, that we look at Jesus as being the so holier than thou, but in reality, Jesus also, and a lot of people are human. He was fully human, but also he was also, and this is taught in the biblical scholar, because I'm a biblical scholar, that Jesus was a shit starter.
Jay. Now
I ain't even got my damn eyes on. Wait a minute, Jay. Now what's the thing in it?
Okay. I'm not gonna call myself.
All right. Hold on. Let me back that up. Jesus he was a shit starter. We look at the fact that Jesus rode in on a donkey. What was happening on the opposite side of the city when Jesus rode in on a donkey?
Go on, tell us.
You had the kings and you had the courts coming in. He was mocking the system at the same time as coming in on a donkey.
Absolutely.
Also, Jesus went into the church. He turned it up. He turned it up.
My God.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh, well, thank you, whoever.
And then the woman caught in adultery. The woman caught in adultery, right? He said, "He without sin cast the first stone." So my whole point is that in order for Jesus to be the savior of the world, we like to talk about fully God, but nobody want to talk about fully human. And if he was fully human, then whether we read about it in the Bible or not, you have to address the fact that Jesus had an appetite. He ate. He had a sexual appetite. Now, we don't know what he did because it wasn't written.
Thank you, Anthony.
But the point of the matter is that we the Bible doesn't give us a full Christ any more than most of the books or autobiographies give a full picture of the person. It tells you what's important for the overall story. But that doesn't give Jamal Bryant a license to preach one thing and do another. It doesn't give me a license to preach one thing and do another.
But that goes back
into y'all not comparing Jamal Bryant to Jesus, right?
No, we're not.
Oh, go.
No, we're not. Not at all. But what we're saying is, if you speak in the name of Jesus, then you also must take on the integrity of the person with whom you're speaking under their authority.
Well, okay. So, this is who Tanner Bay. Yeah, he agreed with Jay that Jesus was.
Tomcat, thank you.
He was a shit starter.
Really? Y'all go to the Jamal Bryant school of bullshit?
No, this has nothing to do with. I'm not upholding Jamal Bryant. Hold on. I am not upholding Jamal Bryant. I am actually agreeing with y'all that Jamal Bryant needs to have a real come to Jesus moment and practice what it is he's gonna preach if he's gonna preach it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with Jamal Bryant. I'm saying he is the wrong person to preach this message. That's what I'm saying.
This is a religion.
Oh, degree. Here we go.
This is a religion degree. I went to school for religion, so that is one of those things that, in fact, I do study. So it's not
What degree is that?
I think the fact that you use the word shit, Jay, was kind of like two people.
I get that the word that I used, that was a strong word, but in reality, that's really what it is.
He was. He broke
If you
rules.
really look into the life and teachings of Jesus and you go really deep, he was a mess starter. He was a mess starter.
I think we should use Jesus was a rebel. He was a maverick. You know.
Okay. All right.
He let his disciples eat on the Sabbath. He healed on the Sabbath. He broke every rule of the religious laws at the time. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so I got a better way of saying it like this. The rich young ruler walked up to Jesus and he said, "Good master." Jesus said to the rich young ruler, "Nobody is good, including me, but God the Father."
Jesus called a woman a bitch. He called a woman a bitch. He said, "Bitch, I'm only sent to the people." He said, he called her a bitch. He said, "You are a dog." He said, "I don't give the children's meat to the dogs." And she said, "Yea, Lord, I may be a dog, but even the dogs eat the crumbs from the table."
I have a question.
That was a cultural slur. He called her a cultural slur.
What book and verse is that in?
Because I read that in Hebrew. It
Give me
didn't
one
say
moment.
bitch.
Give me one moment.
Yes,
What is the definition of a female dog?
Okay, so I'm supposed to be the what you call it of the bunch. let me stop this. Let me stop this now. Because they look to me for this. So let me try to stop this, y'all. At the end of the day, y'all, as gay men, we don't want to give, because I've seen about 2 comments. We don't want to give the heteronormative Bible thumpers, that toxic theology and antiquated dogma people. We don't want to give them ammunition to think that we are blasphemous over a sacred text, or we are not okay. But wait a minute, let me finish. Are not knowledgeable of certain things, and we all are. You know, Jives is an elder. You know, Jay got a degree and stuff, so we're all knowledgeable. I just think that we all have different Darius is a missionary. I just think that we all have different perspectives. I think we all have different religious perspectives, and points of views, and sometimes they may come out just a little colorful, just a little.
Okay, but my question
I'm not taking it back. I'm not taking it back.
Is that from the Bible?
Here we go. I'm going to Matthew chapter 15. Now, what you got to do now is research. This woman in Matthew 15 was a Samaritan. The Samaritans and the Jews did not get along. Jews considered Samaritans underclass people. So this Samaritan woman had a sick child that she wanted Jesus to heal. Because even though her status told her she was less than, she needed something from Jesus. And Jesus told the woman, "I am not sent to your kind." He said, "I am not sent to your kind, and it is not privy, it's not meet for me to give the children's bread to the dogs." He called the woman a dog. Now, is there any female in here? Is there any female in here that would let a man call her a dog? You would say he called me a racial slur, which is our today's equivalent of a bitch. A female dog. That's the same cultural equivalent. So the woman didn't even deny it. She said, "Yea, Lord," calling Jesus Lord, but even the dogs eat crumbs that fall from the master's table. And Jesus said, "You know what? You done got me. You got me. So you will have what you ask." And he healed the daughter without touching her, without seeing her. So Jesus really was a shit starter. He went against every rule that there was. But he practiced what he preached.
Hold on. Okay,
he practiced what he preached. He practiced what he preached. He didn't say one thing into another. Like Jamal Bryant.
I'm gonna read what's in my mama's Bible.
Well, King James is something different.
He replied, "It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." "Yes, it is, Lord," she said. "Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." Then Jesus said to her, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." And her daughters were healed at that moment. I didn't see nothing. He called her a dog.
I mean, ass is in the Bible.
No, but he said he.
Oh my God! You know what? Okay,
Y'all, it's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. Let's just say, using that term "bitch" was just a bit much, y'all, for a lot of people. Using the term "bitch," you know, Jesus ain't called nobody no bitch. But if you want to reference, if you want to wait a minute, y'all, if you want to reference that as a dog term, that's up into your interpretation. The moral of this story was Jesus met that woman where she was and gave her what she needed when she needed it. That's the moral to the story, not what he called her. And the big moral to that story is that things can turn around when you least expect it, and things don't always go as planned. That's the story. Let's move away from the whole bitch thing, y'all.
I won't come to preschool with a college conversation. And I'm talking to the people in the chat.
Marquise. Well, if you want to say that Jesus called that woman a bitch, that's your interpretation. The thing about it is that most people, Marquise, most people are not comfortable or used to that type of vernacular being used with a sacred text.
Which is why they don't know Jesus. They don't know.
You can't say that. Marquise.
Yes, God, Jesse. Glory. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Honda Accord.
Put it on my nose. Put it on my nose. Put it by my ear. Put it all in my ear. Let it run down my eyes.
Yeah, let's talk about
We have the meat.
So sick of y'all.
We have the meat. I should have never let him put it in
it's
me.
okay to speak in tongue over dick?
I should have never let him put it in me.
That's one way to bring peace amongst some sisters.
I can smell the roadhouse. I can smell the whiskey on his breath. I can smell the roadhouse whiskey on his breath. I should have never let him stuck it up in me. And he took me. And he took me. And he took me.
Okay. All right.
Won't it make you weak?
Listen.
I can smell the whiskey on his breath.
Listen, y'all. Listen.
I'll say
Listen. Actor Jay, shut the fuck up.
I'll say y'all ain't gonna tell Jay that's blasphemous. Y'all ain't gonna blaspheme Jay. He blasphemous.
That's between Jay. That's between Jay and the God of his understanding. Y'all are mad.
I didn't say
You got to mute his mic, John. You got to mute his mic temporarily.
All right, listen. So,
If I could touch the hem of his gun.
Jay, shut your ass up.
Y'all hypocrite.
So, actor Jess Williams breaks the internet with his
Baby, listen.
with his bat and balls in his new Broadway play, Take Me Out. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something.
I got something to say.
I did not know what was going on Twitter a couple of days ago. And I happened to click on that hashtag. And I said, oh, my Jesus. Oh, my damn.
I'm trying to figure out what's
I'm like, baby, he is on Broadway with his tallywackers all out here like this.
So let me say,
if anybody talking about it was all right, it was not that big, your whole probably just wore out, honey. Your ass is blown out.
So let me
I'm a size queen. I'm a 4-star general size queen. That was some good meat to be semi-hard. I'm sorry.
That was not hard. Guys.
That was semi-hard, and it was, baby, that's some good meat. Now, if you don't feel nothing, you think it's small, your asshole probably just blown out.
So let me say something, Jive. I did this show in 2013. I was in it, and then in 2008, I directed it. When you do a show like this, you have to make. They made sure when we did it, they made sure everything was in place. We had ushers at every row. This was before social media got big, though. But we had ushers at every row. They had the windows of the theater closed. Like they went through everything to make it feel okay for us. And I felt comfortable getting naked on stage after all the things that prepared. Now, I feel that there's a silver line here because now tickets are $500 a piece and you can't get one.
Actually, they don't went up to 700 now.
But at the same time, I think theater is a place where you should feel relaxed. You should feel you shouldn't have to worry about anybody with a camera in the audience. I really feel sorry for him in this position because it's out there now.
Why you feel sorry, baby? He gonna get a new role.
Because he didn't sign up for this to have his dick all over the internet. When you go into a theater, you don't think you have people with cameras and to put on the internet. That's
in
just
the 21st century, though.
Okay, so actors.
Let me tell you something, Ash.
Okay, go ahead.
To worry about. That man is beautiful. He is fine, and he's gonna get more roles.
I don't know.
Okay, so actors. The Actors Equity Group says that this was not supposed to happen, and they're labeling it as sexual harassment.
Yeah,
and we do have an update. We do have an update that they are going to be now installing infrared cameras in that theater, the Helen Hayes Theater over there in New York City. Infrared cameras will be in there. If you pull your phone out, you're going to be asked to leave and you will not be getting a refund. Okay? So just know if you're going to see this meet, it's going to be extended through June 11th. But tickets are going from $600 to $700 now.
But I think what they did, I think they took away from the play because it was a good play because it's about homophobia and racism.
Right. The message has gotten lost.
Yeah, they took away from it.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree, Kyrie.
Here we go.
I think we can get lost too.
My watch.
I didn't know this was still up. I'm sorry. I'm looking at two different
devices. Your watch has a camera on it. You better go to that show, Amanda.
Y'all crazy.
I hate
All right, listen. As we move on, Calvin
saying.
Klein is under fire for a new ad featuring a pregnant trans man. Meanwhile, in health news, doctors are preparing for the first uterus transplant for a woman.
It's just too much.
What this ad is too much?
Yes, it's too much. It's all too much. I'm over this trans thing. It's just too much.
Are you transphobic? Would you consider yourself transphobic?
People have said, my boyfriend has told me that in the past, but it's just my opinion. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get flack for it. It's just too much.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
I think the ad is beautiful, but when you get ready to start having surgeries to manipulate the human body, I really do feel like that's the line that I personally would draw. You know, it's one thing to say I like something, but it's another thing to say that the creator doesn't know how to create.
Okay, so Marquise, I'm gonna tell you like this: the problem that you're gonna run in with that statement is they feel like because you're gay, you're changing what God ordained.
Right
now, here's my thing. Here's my thing with this. I do believe this is me. And I don't like having these conversations on Fridays because they take up all the time.
Did you say this?
But here's my thing. The Bible says that we are first spirit, then we are flesh. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
That's right.
God made us through spirit. Okay, so when this flesh and earthly vessel dies, we go back to spirit.
Exactly.
I do believe that a lot of times people in their spirit feel otherwise. That's me. That's how I feel. Again, what I feel is what I feel. What somebody else feels about themselves, motherfucker, that's you, your dime, your goddamn money. Bitch, you want to put a dick on your pussy? Go put a dick on your pussy. It ain't got shit to do with me. Period. And I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna say, ew, bitch, that's you. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. And to all my feminine fem studs, lipstick studs that look like a nigga but got a let me tell you something. I'm gonna need y'all. Look. I've seen a few of y'all now. Y'all roll up on me the wrong way now. We'll have listen.
Wait a minute. We're gonna beat you what you think you look like.
Jay.
Yeah. Because if you roll up on me, you ain't rolling back. I got something in my bag for you, so don't even come. Don't come that way.
Y'all missed what Giles was saying. Y'all missed what Giles was saying.
That ain't what Giles was saying.
I was saying that out there. If somebody got a problem with what I say, don't roll up on me the wrong way.
Okay.
Giles was saying that
there are some saying, but I'm saying that Giles was saying
beat you like the dude you look like.
No, Giles was saying that some studs or trans men are so attractive, that we can do something.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I know what I was saying. Y'all got it.
And I agree with you. Everything you say, Giles, I agree. And I also believe that everyone has the choice to do what they need to do or what they want to do with their body. But for me, even as liberal and as open-minded as I am, manipulating the human body at that level and extent is a little bit more, look further than I'm willing to go personally. Do they have a right to do it?
I agree with you.
Yeah, they have a right to do what they want to do. If you want to have your dick coming out your neck, that's fine. Do what you do. But it's just a little too far. It's just too far.
It's just confusing to me.
It's confusing. You're right.
It's
okay. What's the point in the ad? What was the point in the ad in this one?
I like the ad. I like the ad now. I think the ad is beautiful.
No, I'm asking what's the point? Because I seen this other ad that says people are moms too, or some crazy shit like that.
It's creative.
I do now. This is no offense to the trans community, but I think this is stupid. People have periods. No, people don't have no damn period.
In other words, you just can't no longer say that only women have periods and only women get pregnant. Now people who identify as men get pregnant.
That's so dumb. All of that is ridiculous.
Okay, you know what, Thais? We're gonna land this plane real.
Let me close it out, brother, if I can. Let me just give my dissertation. The reason I feel so much different than everybody else, maybe it's because I do have an affinity for the trans community because I used to, be with a lot of the girls, and my heart is always going to be with them. But moreover than that, I have read and studied a lot, so maybe that also informs my opinion. But, I just think we should just be mindful as gay men. I know historically, gay men have always stood in the back like at Stonewall. They stood in the back, and the trans women were on the front lines taking the bricks and the bats and the bottles. I get that. But moreover than that, I just think that we should do our due diligence as a part of the acronym to go and do research and find out some things so that we're not linear in our thinking when it comes to trans people. Because at the end of the day, biologically,
Marco knows nothing but the truth. Marco ain't said nothing.
Okay, biologically, a clitoris is a penis, or it was a penis at one time.
No, a woman still has something that it is still.
I'm just saying that people don't. I think people don't understand biology and anatomy and so many other things, and the fact that we do have male and female in us right now, chromosomes and DNA in us right now.
Yes,
at the end of the day, y'all, I'm not trying to make nobody, I'm not trying to convert nobody to like trans people, but just know that just 30 short years ago, us gay men were in the DSM as having a psychiatric disorder. Us gay men. So it's very easy for us to throw other people from our acronym under the bus, but we're all the same in the eyes of heteronormative, toxic, homophobic people. They look at us all the same. And trans people may, if it was to be fair, they may look at us and say, well, y'all take dicks up your asses, and that's an exit and not an entrance. So I think everybody could say something, but it's just best to allow people to be and express themselves the way they want to be. Because Calvin Klein is doing exactly what they want to do, and they're getting clicks and views. That was the intent.
A mess.
Right.
What was the point of the ad? What's the advertising?
The ad is to give trans people representation in mainstream culture. Our culture is changing, and I think it's
fine. But at the same time,
I don't hate trans people because I think the saying that people have periods that I think that's stupid. They don't make me transphobic.
Right. Okay. And at the same time, the ad. Can I say this? The purpose of the ad is advertising underwear. And they just so happen to put a trans man who is pregnant in the ad. The ad is not geared or focused on a trans man. It is selling draws.
Underwear.
And not only is it selling draws,
I know y'all.
Trans man that's pregnant. So it's
I know we all don't get fucked in the ass. I know that. I know we all don't get fucked in the ass. Some of y'all suck dick. You swallow nut. You swallow cum. You eat booty. Yeah, I get what you're saying, John. You swallow nut. You swallow dick. You get plowed. And yeah, I get it. Some of you do the plowing. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
And I'm
sorry, guys. You talking about Calvin Klein.
Talking about abomination. He wearing 2 fabrics and eating shrimp. He an abomination too.
Listen, all this abomination stuff, let me tell y'all something. Listen, if y'all really want to go there, we can go there, but we're not going to do that tonight.
Not tonight.
Listen, again, we're not going to do that tonight. Again, I'm going to tell you like this. Listen, we can all talk about what the Bible say, but the Bible is very gray when it comes down to a lot of things. It say this, that, and the third. And we don't do this, that, and the third. A lot of that stuff in there we do not follow, we do not do, but that's another topic for another day. But what the topic is at hand is, because my eyes are burning, is that Calvin Klein is advertising draws. Okay, I'm going to say it very niggerish. They're advertising draws. And they got a white woman in some draws.
And another woman in some draws.
Person in some draws that just so happened to be a trans man that's pregnant. And that was the controversy, to get controversy around this ad, and that helps sell what they're doing. That's it.
Men don't have babies.
Triple L.
Right. Oh, hell, y'all. Damn.
You're thinking that
especially gay black men from the church and all of that, they should really know how it feels to have people sit up and talk about you the way they talk about y'all down there at that damn church. Yep. So y'all shouldn't want to start that damn pathology with trans folks. The way your families and your mothers and fathers have talked about y'all want to do that to trans folks? Let's stop the generational curses, y'all.
So real. That is so real. Tariq, Thais, and to that point, what was used to justify that position? The Bible. You know? So for us to use the Bible to defend our position in one instance and then tear down somebody else's in another, aren't we all guilty of the same thing? This is what I'm trying to say.
I don't understand gay folks. I just don't understand, especially gay black folks that's come out of the church or all that toxicity. They don't know what that felt like when the people did that to y'all.
This is what I'm trying to say.
I know it hurts, and I talked about this just 2 weeks ago.
We know what it felt like, but at the same time, we had to fight and make our place. It seems like this trans stuff is just being thrown at us. They're just trying to. We have to make a place for ourselves. Everything is just
they're doing the same thing. They're making.
I don't know. I disagree with that. Trans people are trying to make their place just like everybody else.
Okay. Trans people are the most. Out of all the letters, the trans folks, they have it the absolute worst. Trans folks have it the worst.
Next case.
And the fact that I can walk somewhere right now and walk in a room, I can walk in the White House, I can walk up in Karen Clark's church, anywhere, and nobody would know I'm a gay man unless I tell them. Trans people don't have that ability to do that. So they have to be themselves all the time and deal with this all the time.
Thais, pause for a second. It's not that trans people can't walk in a place. What you're saying, I get what you're trying to say right here. But we do have to understand that there are some girls out here who is very much so passable, and they live in that world every day. They don't have to deal with the stigma of, look, oh, dude, that's a man right there. Some of these girls never have to worry about that a day in their lives because they pass just like that. Baby, they can pass that fish test and they can just live amongst the girls and nobody says anything about it. Okay?
Everybody, Josh, everybody is not going to be that way. That's a very small, minute number of girls that are born like that. Everybody is not a Maya Scott or a Janet Ma. So you have to accept that there are going to be people out here that want to live in their authenticity the same way we desire as gay men to live in ours.
That's right.
I respect you if you want to go out and live in your truth.
Baby,
I do.
I ain't got look.
Even as gay men, at times, you straighten up a little bit. When you go into certain rooms or places, I may talk about us on the panel, but at some point in time, you distance yourself away from your gayness, if you will. But there are other people that can't do that.
Marquise, let me help you land this plane.
Yeah, because I'm reading 24/7.
I ain't even driving.
There are some people, like, I know when I'm going to always be me. I've never been, like, flamboyant, overly, like, yes, great. Like, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a real nigga all day. I just like what I like. Period. I don't, I ain't got no bags, purses. I ain't got no lip gloss, lipstick. I ain't got no press powder. I ain't got none of that. It's just me. I'm a Maya Scott in the men's section, okay? Oh, I'm just beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. The point is that all of us can live our lives without anybody knowing anything about us.
Yes.
But there are trans people that cannot do that. We can live in a closet and be comfortable for the rest of our lives. Trans women and men can't do that sometimes. They can't.
It's called
that's my point.
Can I ask a question? I just want to ask a question, and you might laugh at me. I don't feel that we are. I feel that we were born gay. I just feel that.
Okay.
Who would want to go through the ridicule and everything we have to go through? I think we're born gay. I don't think it's a choice.
Okay. I believe that too.
Now, is being trans? Do we feel the same way?
Actually, I know where you're going with this. I'm not about to do compare and contrast with our other brothers and sisters in the acronym. At the end of the day, we all have a journey. And I honestly don't know whether we're born gay, because it is really truly a spectrum of systems and things that happen to each person. So it's not definitive if we're just necessarily born gay, because no one has found a gay gene that they can say definitively this is a gene that is in every gay person. But we can say that we all have unique experiences that cause us to be who we are right now. And they're all different. We're not a monolith with this homosexuality, lesbianism, and transgenderism. We're not a monolith. Every gay man can tell you a different story of how they came to be. Right. Every trans woman and man can do the same. I'm not going to sit here and play games with trans people talking about, well, you made a choice to be trans. I didn't make a choice to be trans. I'm not going to do that. Not tonight. I'm not.
Well, I didn't ask for that. I just asked. That's
where you were going, because what you're saying, Ashley, and I'm not trying to talk over you. What you're saying is that y'all make a choice to put on dresses and dress up like women. We are gay because we were born gay, and I don't see it that way. I just don't. But go ahead.
You believe we just woke up one morning and said, "I want to be gay, and I want to go through all this ridicule and making fun and being intolerant." I don't know what DeMario's pathology is, Marquise, Kyrie. All of our pathologies is different for how we came to be who we are. I can't say for a fact that, we all born. I cannot say we were all born gay, because everybody's life story is different. It cannot be definitive until
It cannot be definitive until somebody comes out and give us something definitive. Am I making sense to anybody?
You're making sense. We just have to agree to disagree. We just have to agree to disagree on this one.
Ashley,
If you feel, if you feel that trans people choose to live the life that they want to choose to live, then that's your perception. You know, I can't stop you. But I can't get mad at a trans person and say that we're choosing to be gay.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got to define something here, Ashley. Just because you were gay does not mean you were sexually active. This is the thing. We got to stop thinking about gayness as the act of sex. I agree with you, Ashley. I believe that we are born with the propensity to be both gay and or straight. And I think that there are, as Tai said, things that happen in our lives that lead us towards acting on our sexuality in one.
I'm sorry. I'm
not finished with the point. You might disagree, but this is what I believe.
God damn it, order in the motherfucking court. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Bitch, ain't nobody directed me, held my hand. Ain't nobody helped me to stand, Lord. Guide my feet. Ain't nobody did none of this shit.
Mario.
I knew what I liked long time ago.
Mario, let him finish his point.
I'm finished.
Everybody on this live right now, all 7 of us, everybody on this live at one point or another has ate some booty. Everybody has ate some booty on this live. Period. And I'm good with it.
Let my husband finish his point. Go ahead, Marquise.
Oh, you're talking about me, Jay? I'm your husband. The devil.
He been saying
Ashley. This conversation is so convoluted, Ashley, because trans people should really not be in the acronym, because the acronyms are all about how you act on your sexuality. Trans experience sometimes has nothing to do with who you actually have sex with. So it's almost improper and an injustice to our trans sisters and brothers that they're even in the acronym, because lesbians are women who have sex with women. Gay men are men who have sex with men. You can be gay and not have ever had sex.
True.
And that's what I'm saying. But trans people don't have the luxury to be trans, but just I've never put on a wig, or I'm trans. You know, it's no such thing. You either are or you are not. And that's so unfair to our trans people when we're having this conversation, because they don't have to do anything to be trans. They just are. Unlike gay people, who we can be gay, but that don't mean we've ever had sex before. I liked me a long time before I ever had sex with one.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. We got to realize that.
Well, Marquise, that's not what you just said, though.
Because you didn't let me finish.
Well, that's not what you were saying, though.
That's what you said it out. But okay.
Daughter God.
Rewind the tape. We'll talk about it next week. But the point of the matter is, it's an unfair conversation. It's very unfair. Unless you define terms. Unless you define terms. So Ashley, I agree. I understand where you were going, but it's not.
Somebody in these motherfucking comments just tried something real cute. And I want to say something, but I'm going to...
What happened? What they say?
This pussy, Terrence Maloney, whoever the fuck he is, you better say
Lord.
it real.
Oh, wow. Not Terrence. Terrence is nice.
Terrence is my husband. So I was kind of confused.
What happened?
Okay,
oh my God! Tonight is off the chain.
Jay, I was confused when you called me your husband. I didn't want my real husband Terrence to think that I was cheating.
Oh, he said it didn't work out with London. He said it didn't work out with London. How's it gonna work out with Jay? Wow! Wow!
For one, Mr. Terrence, I can show you some screenshots.
Jay!
If you really want to go there with me, so
stop it, Jay.
No, he just said it didn't work out with London. How's it supposed to work out with Marquise? That's all he said.
No, because he's trying to be cute.
Jay.
Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it, Jay. Jay, don't do it. Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it, Jay.
I'm coming up. I'm coming up here.
Terrence, I don't know what Jay's talking about.
On the rough side. Who in the hell
Terrence,
left the gate open?
All right.
I don't know what Terrence is. Jamie, I don't know what. I mean, Terrence, I don't know what
I'm
Jake's talking about.
coming up
He
here.
don't realize he gonna open up a floodgate.
I don't know what kind of screenshot.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay. All right.
He's
You know
not.
what?
It's okay.
Can somebody please next, please.
Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah.
I'm coming.
Right. Wendy Wendell Orthal Johnson Williams.
Oh
no! What happened to Wendy? What?
Wendy Williams is reportedly eyeing a $100 million podcast deal. Cringeworthy Fat Joe interview. Wendy Williams' show wants to do a final episode with her.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. We always have a funeral.
I think she's deserved that.
I think Wendy is delusional. I think she's delusional. They say they can't even insure her right now. If that Fat Joe interview is landed in any executive desk, she's not getting no show back no ways. But
you're right.
I just think, and I don't even think $100 million podcast is on the table. Really, with the way that interview went, Wendy needs to be looking for an assisted living home, not no show right now.
What is going on? What's going on with Wendy is the question.
Wendy was on there talking crazy. She kept holding up these clothes, talking about Joan Rivers gave me this, and it was two dudes over there. It was one nigga in the background. It was dudes all in the. I was like, what the fuck is going on, Wendy?
Wendy's not well.
Wendy is not well. It was a train wreck. It was cringy, Jives. It was cringy to watch. She did not sit in no damn purple chair and do no hot topics with what I saw. No.
Where was it at, Thais?
It's on Fat Joe's show. It's on Fat Joe's show.
It was on Fat Joe's podcast. And I want to give Fat Joe some props because he kind of saw it by 5 minutes in. And he did what Shaka Khan, what Stephanie Mills did with Shaka Khan. Yeah. He saw it. He was like, okay.
Yeah.
But Wendy, baby, retire, Wendy.
Like she was going.
Maybe she want to have a funeral show, like her last.
No, she
wants. Her staff wants that, but she's not.
Wendy wants her. Wendy told Fat Joe she was coming back to do her show.
Right.
Oh, no, she.
That's what she did.
Maybe you're not coming back.
She want to sit down. She want to sit down with Sherry Shepherd. Girl, to be honest with you, you shaded Sherry Shepherd every time she came on your show. You made her seem like she was an airhead, even though she is. But still, you don't have to treat her like that.
But can we agree that Wendy is one of the greatest?
And now, what'd you say, Ashley?
But can we agree that Wendy is one of the greatest who's ever done it?
Oh, absolutely.
I've studied Wendy. Personally, yeah. Of course, I have my own flavor and flow, but
it's just sad. It's a sad situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the end of.
Somebody inboxed me and said, "Damn, Marquise is taken." What does that mean?
They mean they wanted him.
Baby, Marquise is not with Terrence. Y'all, listen, we just talking.
Marquise is taken.
They want that meat from Marquise. They want it. That Thundercat.
Oh, Lord, Lynn. Don't do that, Lynn.
That's why they want it.
He got that Thundercat.
Tell Lynn don't do that. I'm doing missionary duties because they see me looking down.
They're asleep. They're not even nodding off.
No, I'm doing the work of them that called me earlier.
Amen.
There he is. Oh, he up. So I feel sorry. Like Ashley said, it's sad. I feel sorry for her. I wish her the best, but girl, you're not going to go back on nobody's airwaves, baby.
Baby, Wendy.
Maybe it's karma. Maybe it is Whitney Houston karma. Who knows?
Everybody, is that the word of the day? Karma.
All right. So next on the case, Texas mother sentenced to 30 years in prison after allowing her 13-year-old daughter to marry a 47-year-old man. Well, first of all, before we even get into this, what y'all did in Texas is what y'all should have did up there in Iowa.
Yep.
That little young girl married a 63-year-old man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yep.
Okay, a Texas
now, how are those
mother
cases
has
different?
been sentenced to 30 years in prison for subjecting her 13-year-old daughter to sexual abuse by allowing her to marry a 47-year-old man as part of her religious belief. Bitch, your ass need to be in jail. And I said, bitch. Fuck you, hoe. Your ass should be locked up. That is wrong as hell.
It
but
is.
That's a religious belief.
Religious beliefs?
No.
The lawyer tried to use that. That's what gags me. The lawyer tried to use religion as a defense, y'all. I kid you not.
But yeah.
No, but you still have to obey the laws of the land.
It wasn't so much. It wasn't so much the marriage that was illegal. It was the abuse that associated that came with it. Like it was abuse. It was sexual abuse. It wasn't the sex that a married couple has. It was abusive. That's I think
the fact that you can hand your baby girl, can hand your baby girl off to a predator and talk about it's because the Lord, I'm doing what the Lord would want me to do. And it is a lot of child, rape and molestation in the Bible. It is.
What is their religious belief?
But that was during those times. We have different laws and standards now.
What is her religious beliefs? I saw it was religious, but what is it?
I have to look it up. I forgot what it was. I didn't pull that part up. But I'm sure it's Christian related.
Well, I hope that man is going to jail too.
But it wouldn't shock me if she was, of the Islamic faith, because they believe in the Islamic faith a lot as well. And I'm not casting aspersions on your religion, anybody. To the Muslims, to the Christians. I'm not. Listen. Everybody, and they all, full of grease and Vaseline.
They say Hebrew Israelite.
This is I'm going to get the heart.
Yeah, Hebrew Israelite. I did read that. Yeah, Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, this is cultural. That's what I'm saying. Jesus' mother was maybe 12 or 13. Mary was 12 or 13 when she got pregnant.
We don't. That's not the culture over here.
But the point is that it's our faith. It's our religious faith.
That's not the culture over here in these states. So they need to go.
Well, that man up there in Iowa, said, "Yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again."
Oh, well, he said that's y'all religious faith. So that's what y'all religious faith.
This is why I'm not. This is why I'm not a traditional. This is why I'm not a traditional Christian, because if you're going to perpetuate Christianity, then 13-year-olds marrying 45 and 50-year-old people is built into Christianity. You can't escape it. So that's why I say the religious argument, you can't always use religious argument, because some things is just downright abuse.
Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty back then, and no matter what religion, it's nasty.
Which is why
somebody hit me up. Somebody hit me up earlier this week and told me, said, Thais, the Clark sisters and the Pace sisters are all overweight. Do you think that is as a result of childhood trauma?
Absolutely.
And I said, listen, I don't know. Maybe they were overeaters. It could have been childhood trauma. Yes, Karen said in the Unsung video, Maddie Moss Clark said that she would never have nobody else over her kids that would hurt them. But I believe that she was speaking about physical abuse, not sexual abuse. But listen, it happens, everybody. It happens. A lot of people are heavy and overweight because of sexual molestation. And also just your kids just might like oxtails and neck bones.
That part.
Y'all be acting like y'all scared to touch some of this stuff, y'all. Y'all got real scared. The Kings have got real scared. These people done scared the shit out of y'all. We understand Kyrie. We understand Kyrie gets the envelope. They even got Jives up there looking kind of like he don't want to say nothing no more.
No, it ain't that.
They got King Jives up here looking like I don't want to touch it.
How you know Jives ain't getting the envelope?
I ain't getting the goddamn envelope. That's on you. I just don't feel like arguing with these goddamn people no more. Cause no. At the end of the day, let me say it like this: after the situation with Lamar, and I know your little ugly puny ass is watching. After that situation with Lamar, I'm just like this right here, bitch. Y'all want to say some shit to me that y'all always want to get off your fucking chest. And bitch, y'all can come on this platform if you want to. Just like I laid motherfucking Lamar out, bitch, I'll lay your punk ass out too. I want to see your motherfucking face. That's what I want to see, God damn it. Bitch, y'all bring y'all lying, lame, retarded ass because y'all fucking talk about, oh, the Clarks. Bitch, some motherfuckers don't care about you. Bitch, they ain't made a hit record in God knows how long. Bitch, they ain't said I ain't came out with nothing new in a long goddamn time. Bitch, when was the last time they got a motherfucking hit? All this kind of bullshit like that. And bitch, y'all want to sit up here and get mad at me. I'm tired of it's my living in vain.
I'm sorry. I done triggered. I done triggered. Listen, I done triggered Jives. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. What's Tomcat talking about right here? Trans need to stay in their lane and leave straight trade alone.
I agree.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with Calvin Klein?
Let me get Jives back together.
Calvin Klein
had a hit last year, sir.
Huh?
The Clarks had a hit last year.
What was it? Because
it came out. No, when this come out? Wait a minute.
2000. Man, I'm not.
That's right. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years. I'm sorry. The Return, the album, The Return. That was a hit album.
With double aluminum foil.
Baby, with plastic. That's what
with double copper. Was that on Carew record?
Clear plastic.
JB, we'll move on when we get ready, okay? I know. I'm talking about JB in the comment. He's been making a lot of he's been making some interesting comments tonight. But baby, we'll move on when we get ready, okay?
I thought, well, yeah, they had a hit 2 years ago. It is on Motown Records.
It ain't hit nothing but
number
46 on the chart.
Until they go back and sing in Denise's key, it's just not gonna work right.
Yeah, Lord. In Denise's key.
Denise can't sing it.
Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Stop the show. We gotta do a realness check. Jay, are you upset with Terrence Steele?
No, I'm fine.
He lying. His ass lying.
Oh, God.
No.
Jay wants some of Marquise's goods, and Terrence got it already.
Okay,
so they are fighting.
Let me.
But it's gonna be all right. We're gonna fix all of that. We're gonna fix it all.
One goddamn now and this time.
I'm fine.
I'm
listening to my brother DeMario.
But what I am gonna say is this: I don't like fraternizing amongst the board because it turns out to be messy. We've seen it once before.
We heard about it.
Don't want it again. Because if it happened again and some shit go down, bitch, I'm gonna lay these motherfuckers out now. Now,
Jay look like you gotta leave the show.
Well, I shouldn't have never asked for receipts because I got
Jay, you need to leave the show. It's either you or me. You gonna let it out? You gonna let it out, Jay? You gonna go and tell the truth?
No.
You gonna go and tell them since it's out? Cat's out the bag now, Jay.
No, it's all right.
If y'all was fucking before the show.
Right.
Hello?
What's gonna be, Jay? Ain't no dick in that cup, Jay. Ain't no dick in that cup.
You didn't do nothing, but, I'm saying.
Ain't no dick in that cup. We gonna let it come on out. Is my living in vain?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Jesus.
Oh, no. Of course not. It's not all in vain.
Jay, did you get that Thundercat?
Up
the road.
Because I didn't see the receipt.
Oh, Jay, you ain't
all right.
Put your tongue up.
Miranda, you singing the cats?
Let's ask this question. The real from the Real Housewives of Potomac to Kevin Samuels, Pastor Jamal Bryant has been involved in. I know I didn't read this quite right, but Pastor Jamal Bryant has been involved in quite a few controversial issues. Should pastors or religious leaders get involved with pop culture topics and blogospheres?
I think they should because it keeps them current, and you need to be current because There's nothing wrong with that because you can only preach. Nobody wants. It's 2022. Nobody wants to hear Jonah in the whale, the ark. Nobody wants to hear that. The woman at the well. No, yeah, keep
That's
up with current
right,
events.
That's right. That's right.
That's my opinion.
When I was licensed to preach, my pastor told me to keep the Bible in my left hand and a newspaper in my right hand. In other words, for me to always be relevant to the times that we live in. I don't care what y'all say. You do not want a pastor that you do not believe has experience to speak to your situation. So I think that it's important. I think you're irrelevant. Pastors that are still preaching about Jonah, nobody go to their churches. Their churches probably are known for their praise teams, but not for the preaching of the pastor.
I think in this time of social media, preachers got to keep up, and they gotta keep it relevant. They gotta keep it relevant.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I think that the just being with social justice and the word only is kind of limited now. I think you got to know what's going on. I ain't saying you got to be in the pulpit quoting the shade room and stuff, but you definitely got to know what the pulse of your community is. You got to, and know what's going on out here in these streets.
I think you do, and I agree with what everybody's pretty much saying. I think that you have to be relevant to what's going on in the world. That's what's wrong with so many preachers nowadays. Like that bullshit I heard last night with this fuck ass nigga over there in Carolina. I am preaching this garbage ass of a message and then jump right on homosexuals and what men need to be. And then he had nerve to throw lesbians in there too. I just was like, what type of bullshit sermon? So I'm like, look, y'all, this way that people want to preach and teach, baby, I don't even see Jesus in the Bible preaching and teaching like this. But y'all think this is the way to reach and preach and reach people? You are fucking ridiculous. He was horrible. If you ain't got nothing in your spirit but faggots going to hell, sit your ass down and remove your side. Cause you ain't saving nobody but dumbass niggas just like you who feel like you.
Well,
right.
Now bring your monkey ass in these comments and say some bullshit to me. Bitch, I'll lay you out.
Jamal knows his audience. He knows his audience, and his audience are women who want to sleep with him. So he plays to his audience. And if these women are upset because of what Kevin Samuels has been saying all his life, he would be remiss if he did not capitalize on that moment and get the last word in. The cowardice of it all is that Kevin Samuels can't clap back. So he's right, or he wins by default simply because he lived the longest.
I believe Jamal was the type of man that Kevin Samuels used to always talk about.
Exactly. So again, he gets to laugh last because he lived the longest, and he wins by default because Kevin Samuels, transitions. And I'm gonna tell you something. I listened to the 911 call right before the show, and I actually, for a good moment, I really felt the humanity of Kevin Samuels. I really felt like this young lady, I don't care what happened before he went in, I could tell that she wanted to help him and she couldn't. It was his time, or the circumstances of the way he left was just not in his favor. I felt bad.
I mean, it was his time. I don't believe nobody leaving before they time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that Kevin Samuels drunk a Red Bull every live, and listen, those things are not good for your heart if you already have a pre-existing heart condition that you don't know about. So, and there were other factors that may have been in play, artificial Viagra and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I do know this. Kevin Samuels was a polarizing, very divisive figure. And just because he said a few things to black men, that don't negate all the stuff that he said negatively about black women. Because black women were the crux of his angst, Yeah. And, at the end of the day, he's gone on. And like King and Reed said, we probably won't be talking about Kevin Samuels 2 years from now.
Right.
That's why it's important. That's why it's important to be, very important to leave a legacy. leave something behind that people can continue to talk about.
And
you know,
Mother East, this is why it's important to heal from your trauma. Because I really do believe that Kevin Samuels was hurt by a black woman at some stage of his life before he was Kevin Samuels that we know. So when you don't heal from that hurt, that wound just grows, and then you become the antagonist of the thing that hurt you.
But he really didn't antagonize nobody. If you listen to the show, you'll know. The point is, like I keep saying, self-love. People only got mad because he told some truth. Like Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox is 60 years old, still single, still searching for dick. Those are the type of women we talk about. So when you feel that way about yourself, this shit it bubbles up in you.
Absolutely.
Because if you love yourself, and if you know yourself, I don't care what anybody says. You do not get mad, and you don't get offended. It's only if you feel a type of way about you.
Kyrie, and let me come on your side a minute, because sometimes I'm on both sides of the fence, and that's just the way I am. It takes a courageous person to be Kevin Samuels. It takes a courageous person to tell. It takes courage to be able to be the voice of dissent, or to be the unpopular voice.
To be the antagonist.
Nobody goes to sleep or wakes up in the morning.
Who do you antagonize? Can you have people testify, but according to Thais, they got low self-esteem.
I'm not talking about his content
in their marriage and help them be a people. Who did he antagonize?
It don't take a lot of. I disagree. It don't take a lot of courage to be Kevin Samuels. Not when you're getting paid good money for it.
You all are talking about
Candace Owens, Donald Trump. It don't take courage at all when you're getting benefits from it. It's a joy to wake up in the morning and push people's buttons. If you getting bad,
but you know what? I don't say nothing no more. Cause like I said, motherfuckers didn't watch the whole show. You judging the man.
Why are you so angry about? Why are you so angry about Kevin Samuels?
That's the thing. I'm not angry. I'm just speaking. A lot of people did not watch the entire shows. They judged him off a 30-second clip.
Okay, Kyrie.
Let me ask you this. When Thais and I first came on this show, we got into it with some queen. And if you took that sound bite and you just played, you would think me and Thais were two evil sissies. But there was a reason why we did what we did. You have to look at the whole picture. That's all I'm saying, people. Just start looking at the whole picture. That's all I'm saying, Thais.
We listen to
Okay, so I'm just saying this, and I'm going to leave it alone. At the end of the day, if people were offended by Kevin Samuels, they have the right to say that they were offended. And the pro-Kevin Samuels people also have the right, I guess, to advocate for him. But you can't tell people y'all are crazy for feeling some kind of way about somebody being disrespectful to them.
This is what I say now, end it off. Only a hit dog will holler. That's it.
Kyrie, these women, no matter what their lot in life is, they deserve some modicum of respect when someone comes on the show voluntarily seeking advice. To talk to them and do them like that, Kyrie, was wrong.
Here's my thing, Thais. Here's my thing. Respect goes both ways. Just like it's this clip where he's saying, he asked this woman, well, how much do you weigh? They only play this little clip because I made a TikTok off of it. Well, how much do you weigh? That's none of your business. And then he called her a sassy broad. In the very beginning, nobody ever plays the part where she is totally cutting up, and he's asked her, ma'am, just hear me out. This. But nobody ever plays it. Y'all don't listen to that.
Okay, at the end of the day, Kevin Samuels is dead, and everybody will move on, and I'm sure there'll be somebody else to take his place. And that, you got the big Dick Derek Jackson, you got Steve Harvey, you got a lot of people still around here, honey. So.
Well, Steve Harvey stopped giving advice because, like you said, people don't want to listen. And they don't.
Steve Harvey's always giving out anecdotes in the morning and stuff. You got Ricky Smiley. You got a lot of closet bootleg psychotherapists.
I feel like this.
Who is NS? Now I ain't gonna do that to my brother again. But NS, no, I'm not. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm not.
I'll say this, and this is the truth. When we're on here, the truth of the matter is that we are all very much so opinionated people, men, gay, straight, whatever. in different women, because we have ladies on here as well. Because Kenyatta's not here. I don't know when she's coming back because she's been working. And then Jazz, she's a trans woman. So at the end of the day, we are all opinionated people on this show. When we leave this show, it's right here. It's a wrap. We know how Kyrie feels about certain things. We know how Thais feels about certain things. And the list goes on to everybody else. Y'all know good and damn well how I feel about bullshit. And I'm going to let you motherfucking know. At the end of the day, listen. For the majority of us that's on the show, we don't give two shits about goddamn Kevin Samuels. We didn't like the way he talked, and we didn't like what he did, all this other stuff. Kyrie, you know what I'm saying, is with some of the stuff Kevin Samuels said. I don't feel no type of way about it. Seriously. Like, what you do don't make me shit. Like, hello? So at the end of the day, y'all, like, we can't, y'all stop getting so personal, especially in these comments, because again, you may like sugar on your grits. Bitch, I like salt and butter on mine.
And you nasty.
And pepper.
Fuck you, nigga, because I like salt and pepper and butter on mine.
To every black woman in America, you don't have to worry about Kevin Samuels no more.
Hallelujah.
Lord.
Just because Kevin is dead doesn't mean the ideology is.
Did my husband say it's nasty?
But Miko, Miko, I can't speak on any woman that were offended. And like I said, no, I just said people listen to the snippets. But somebody, I ain't gonna call no name, but the person in the comments that's like happy that he's dead, that's some sick ass shit in my opinion. It's people that died that I don't give a fuck about, but to celebrate and say, yeah, they dead, that's some sick ass shit to me.
We all have to go. We all have an expiration date. May God be with the family. May God be with the bereaved family at this time. And he is in a better place.
Yeah, and y'all some church people. Kevin Samuels was church people too. He always talk about going to people. We need to get back in church and going to God and Jesus, all that bullshit. And this how y'all talk about it? Wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Precious Lord.
You'll find out what people think about you when you're dead.
So listen, y'all, we have come to the end of our show. I just want to say thank you all so much for being on here. Felix, we'll talk about them sugars and grits later on.
Felix, you like sugar on your grits?
Yeah,
I do
sugar on his grits.
I do too. I love butter.
I think salt on grits is just dumb.
It's dumb.
I think salt on grits is just crazy to me. I don't understand it. Why would you put salt? Why would you put salt on top of more salt? It's dumb.
Grits is dumb.
Grits is not salt.
Okay, well, why would you put salt on something that's already kind of like bland?
So that way,
to make it more like it doesn't make sense to me.
He'll take your.
It don't make it bland no more.
Away.
So why eat it in the first place? That's what I
put because I don't eat salt, but I put slap your mama, butter, and cheese and pepper.
I put butter, cheese, half and half, and sometimes I put a little sharp cheddar.
And you put sugar on that too, East?
I want some.
You put sugar on your
Look, I will put sugar on my rice and butter, and I like it with salt too. But I like sugar and butter on my rice.
Sugar gonna
make me go in there and make me some grits.
Sugar going oatmeal.
What?
And it does go on oatmeal too.
You mean sugar going oatmeal? Now that's fine. I eat oatmeal
with some raisins, and some almonds.
Oh, bitch, you white.
See,
almonds.
Hold on. I like oatmeal too.
Almonds.
Milk and sugar. That's all I need.
Yeah,
almonds and peanuts and cashews.
I like a little oatmeal, almonds and nuts and stuff.
Sugar and butter.
Y'all make me go fix me some some rice tonight.
Yes, that's a meal right there. So rice.
Cut up sausage in my cream of wheat. I don't like
Thank
cream
you,
of wheat.
humble lioness. Thank you.
Cream of wheat.
I'm getting all these proposals in my inbox stuff, but they're not accompanied by no cash apps.
What's going on? They want to train with you. They want to train with you and Jesse.
Well, all I got to say is I got to be the caboose then, because ain't no coming after this one.
They said they want to train.
You can't be the caboose with the receipts I saw.
Val said raisins and oatmeal. Wait, raisin and oatmeal is equivalent to raisins and potato. Now, Val, I don't agree with that now because I like little raisins sometimes. My oatmeal, that's good.
Brown sugar oatmeal, absolutely.
Oh yeah, brown.
Salt, pepper, and butter. That's right. No sugar, brown sugar. Yeah. All right, salt, butter.
Y'all are a mess.
And bacon.
I'm gonna start a new initiative. Cash at me $100 or more to be my husband for one.
Now I do chicken bacon, but I do
Thais and Pepper, if you don't look like one of the mothers in the kitchen in the church kitchen.
Oh my God! God, you got so much around wig.
What the rest of the wig at?
You look like one of
You gotta ask Marquise for those. You gotta
Mother look like she
Marquise
look like one of the cafeteria ladies.
Yeah, right. Like I had all slick back. Right?
We ain't got no more.
like you worked on pizza day.
We ain't got no more. That's they love saying that. We ain't got no more.
You should have came earlier.
We
Get
got
Mother
green
Brown her
beans
wig
and
back.
corn.
Give Mother Brown her wig back, Thais. Give Mother Brown her wig back.
That motherfucker thirsty as hell.
Mother Brown.
Felix, let it go. Felix, let it go.
What happened?
What's going on there?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So listen, y'all, for real, we thank y'all for being on here tonight. And I celebrate the almost 800 people that have been on here. Appreciate you all so much. We love you all. All of that stuff. Make sure you all share the video, share the live, all of that stuff like that. Your support is greatly appreciated. All of those things. Did y'all want to say something? We get ready to go.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in
Thank
every
you
week
so
and supporting
much.
the game. We love you.
And thank you for the cash out. Thank you.
We love you.
Yes, thank you all for the blessings that you are.
Yes, God.
I love
So,
everybody.
We get ready to get out of here, y'all. Wait a minute, where's my button? Thais, you doing the show?
Yeah.
I'll probably come on just for a second after this.
Okay, y'all make sure y'all go around there and support my brother Thais.
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Ryan Chandler. His wake was today, so the funeral's tomorrow.
No, I thought everything is tomorrow.
No, the wake is today, and the funeral is tomorrow.
Is it gonna be on online?
Yeah, Let's Clear the Air is gonna be. They said they're gonna live stream it from Let's Clear the Air.
Okay.
I'll be in another funeral tomorrow myself, but I wish I could have been there.
Oh, it's so much death.
Child, I'm gonna be out at this concert tomorrow.
Who a concert?
This event here called Wild Splash. The baby is headlining.
Hey!
All right.
I guess.
Brother, I told you about it. You want to go?
Dude.
What time is it?
The gates open at 1. It's outside over here in St. Pete at Albert Whitted Park.
Y'all finna be baking, bacon.
I got VIP. You know, I'm the VIP bitch. I got you.
Oh, so y'all don't forget the baby?
Hell no.
I see y'all at the after show.
I ain't even tripping about him. I mean,
I ain't tripping about him. It is what it is.
Baby ain't did nothing.
Okay.
Baby, don't ask me questions in this comments that don't pay your bills, okay? All right.
Marco said I'm going to see
y'all ain't
Papa
cash apping me nothing or anything like this, so don't worry about it.
Is that a man or a woman, Josh? NS. Is that a man or a woman? NS.
I don't know who that is. I ain't even finna be bothered by that, baby. Look here. Saints, hey, if you enjoyed tonight, y'all make sure y'all support the content creators and everything. We're getting ready to get out of here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go around to the Thais. And
We're gonna have an after party.
Hey,
Thais, keep that hair on. Keep that hair on.
I can keep this shit on.
So, like always, we love y'all. We get ready to get out of here. We'll appreciate y'all. Where's my shit at? Damn. Where'd it go? Okay, there it go. Bye, y'all.